Good afternoon, folks. It's been a while since I've done a video. I've been really busy with a couple different things. School starts in a couple days, so I've been really busy working on my classroom, getting that all arranged. We had a little bit of problems with one of our big forklifts, trying to figure that issue out. So I've been really busy on a lot of little projects. So I finally got this area all cleaned up. Everything's gone around the Mattison Moulder. And I'm about to start cleaning it up. I was going to put a stop motion camera up, but I don't know if this is really that interesting, watching me fix everything that's wrong on this machine. This is a 276 Mattison Moulder. I don't know if you can see it right down there. There's a tag for it. See here if I zoom in. Right there. This, like I said, I bought it a couple years ago, put it in the shed. We're finally getting to the point where we can get some dust collection up here in the ceiling and get it to the point that we can get it running. I was planning on getting the electrician here, I don't know, a couple weeks ago already, but I just got busy with other projects. Now, this one's a little bit interesting as a 276 Mattison Moulder because I bought it out of an old window plant that I used to work at back when I was a young man. This has the variable speed drive, which is really nice because a lot of them don't have that. And you have to actually go in the back, if it's working, and take this big cover off, and then you adjust it with a rod. But I don't see a rod out here, a big handle. So I don't think I have to do that with this one, which is nice. A couple things I've noticed is that this is a feed chain, top feed chain, which is really rare. Most molders have two serrated like metal wheels that they push the boards through. And this one, the chain is like really, really loose. So I'm pretty sure that I have to tighten this and tighten that chain up. I also noticed that the oilers are missing, which I took those off because they were broken. So I have to order new oilers, but they're very expensive. I want to see when I priced them, they were like $100 an oiler or 75 an oiler. So I have to order two of those for her. We also noticed, the other thing that took a long time is we were going through parts boxes, because I did buy an extra Mattison from parts, and I have an extra Mattison in my back shed, because when times were good and auctions were cheap, I way overbought, but I guess it is what it is. So, but this one's missing its chip breaker, which we were lucky to find in the boxes right down there. The chip breaker is for it, so that's good news. The other thing is that it's really, really dirty. This is called pine pitch. All these little chunks here that are all over. When I worked at the window plant, we were forced to spray our molders down with a diesel fuel oil mixture to stop this from building up. I don't know why this people didn't do that, but it's pretty dirty. So we're gonna have to take and probably chip away a lot of that pine pitch and get rid of that. In fact, this is my daughter Natalie, and she's working on getting some of the pine pitch out of the top hood. They got to send this in to get it welded somewhere, and this pine pitch is in there, and if you try to weld that, it'll just basically start on fire. So she's chipping away at that, doing a really good job. She's getting it done. So, whoa, trying to break parts already, eh? Just kidding. So that's one thing. The other thing I noticed in this molder is the back bed was missing. And like I said, thank God I had bought in a parts lot off another guy at the auction a couple years back, and I found another back bed for it. I'm missing the bolts, but like I said, there are so many parts in this box behind me that most likely the bolts are in there. So, or just go to the hardware store and get some. So it's not a huge deal. The only thing that's really weird about this Mattison, like I said, I worked at the window plant. I think we had 20 of these in the shop back when I worked at the window plant. Oh, that's zooming in. I'm trying to get this out. I noticed something that's really bizarre on this one. It has, normal Mattisons just have 4 heads. So you're gonna have a top, your 2 sides, and then you're gonna have the bottom one, okay? Well, sometimes from the company, they would add a 5th saw blade mount, which this is original, that's from the company. I've seen those before. This is not. This, somebody added on, the window plant added it on, for doing a horizontal saw, it looks like. I am really, really, really tempted just to remove this. I mean, obviously I'd keep it just in case something would ever change in the future, but I'm really, really debating on just taking it off. a couple things. It's really in the way of the bottom back head here. And I don't know why I would ever need to put a horizontal line in a piece of wood, because I would just have the tooling made with the line if I really needed to. So I'm really debating on just disconnecting the wires here, taking these couple bolts off, take a chain of the little forklift. I'm just making sure she doesn't fall, and put her in a box and semi-trailer for a later date, just in case we ever needed it for whatever reason. So I wouldn't get rid of it per se, but I definitely don't think I need it. The other weird thing about this one is because they customized and add that other saw, it looks like they put some stilts on this back head, which brought it way further away from the mount here. And my concern with that, like I said, it's been a couple years since I've actually been in a shop that had running Mattisons, because most of them got rid of them, and most people will use Winings now, is when that back bed goes on, and if I do decide to use this saw blade, which I could imagine myself using, I don't think there's going to be enough stabilization between the back bed and that saw blade unless I order a piece of steel made, which I can do if that's what I'm going to do. But I'm thinking almost about taking those risers off and shortening that up to the Moulder too. I don't know. Like I said, it seems like a lot of work, so I probably might not do that, but I definitely thinking about removing this 610, because I just, like I said, they put a lot of work into it, whoever mounted it on the machine, and I don't want to get rid of it, but it's definitely something I'm not planning on using at this point. So we're gonna have lots and lots of cleaning to do. Like I said, this is a side chip breaker. I'm gonna have to remove this, go through, rub this all down, clean this up, get this